What's up, everybody? I'm back, and I have something special for you this time, and it's probably going to be interesting. For one thing, again, I haven't played this game in years, and for another thing, I'm probably, almost certainly, going to be playing it much differently than I have in a very long time, where in a speedrun of this game, usually you would go to the gambling house and attempt to win 5 straight coin flips in order to get enough money to play the game quickly. But I'm going to be doing a no reset run, which means I'm going to be running to the gambling house and probably not winning 5 straight coin flips, and I'm going to have to play the game normally. And it'll be a lot slower. And I'm going to also have to remember where I'm going and what I'm doing, and it should be interesting. So I hope you enjoy me on the ride. It's a very interesting game, and we'll check it out in 3, 2, 1, go. Never mind. I forgot that you have to have a certain thing selected, so we'll restart. We'll do this properly in 3, 2, 1, go. Thank you very much. And I am playing as the secondary character, Sue, because I just like to do that. I think it's fun to be able to do that, and have Kunio as the person that I'm going to be taking out to reduce lag, because this game is incredibly overambitious and it has ridiculous amounts of lag whenever you have 4 people on the screen. As you can see, this game is barely moving, and this isn't even one of the more intensive areas in the game. And so I have the games set to being able to hit my partner, which in this case is Kunio, and so I'm going to be taking him out as early as possible so that I can reduce the lag. And I'm getting hit all over the place, which happens in a beat 'em up. Sometimes whenever you're trying to beat 'em up the beat 'em uppers, you get beat up yourself. I think that I said that at some point already, but it's okay. And we're facing the first required group here. This is a lot like River City Ransom. This is kind of like a successor to River City Ransom, where you do a lot of the exact same things, but in a different way, because instead of having to go to specific places to fight bosses, required bosses, in order to open up the end game, the people that we're required to fight in order to progress the game can appear in any room at any time. Well, not at any time. They only appear in sequence based on who you've already beaten, but they can appear in any room. And so we're facing off against these, like, generic dudes, quote unquote. The first gang that we're having to face, or clan, where we're facing enemy clans here. And this is the first boss, who is Moose from the original River City Ransom. This is basically supposed to be a school play. We have to go to the desert next. I forgot I was gonna I was gonna go straight to the gambling house and try my luck and try and get more money. I guess I can do that now, which would be really bad routing, because if I lose all my money, then I'm gonna lose all my money that I just collected. I forgot to set the text to be going faster as well. Okay, I'm going all in, and I lost all my money immediately. Because I tried to roll for an even, and I got an odd number. So let's leave. And it took a long time as well, because I forgot to set the text to go faster. So let's see if I remember where that is. No, that's the difficulty mode. This is gonna go great. This is a speed run, my friends. Also, while I'm here, I'm gonna set my stats different here. This is the growth of your stats, because you can level up in this game. You can increase your stats with items, but also you can increase your stats via level up. I cannot remember what the text speed option is. I know this is the difficulty. Hopefully this is the text option. So let's just actually, I'm going to test it by going into the shop again. You can tell that oh yes, that was the text option. Okay. Ingenuity. AI can't do this. It probably can. I'm going to be replaced imminently. I can be replaced already. There's nothing that I can offer that AI can't. But now I'm going to go and chase after the next clan that I have to face, which is those beige people, and they are in the desert, which is right around here. So I would like to be able to collect an item that gives me a more powerful weapon strike. And I would also like to collect an item that lets you instant travel across the map. And I would also like Kunio to not immediately knock my weapon out of my hands and have it go into the room transition where I can't pick it up again. Thankfully, it didn't go into the room transition where I can't pick it up again. But he did just collect money that I very much would have liked to have. And so this is going to be basically the entire rest of the run. If this bores you, then I apologize, because we're going to be doing a crap ton of this for the entire... Thank you for taking Kunio out for me. That's very nice of you. This is an interesting place to fight because enemies, especially in the later part of the game, are going to be rolling out of the room. And you notice that I'm going to be waiting until enemies are lying on their backs before I hit them. Wow, what a freaking snipe. The AI in this game is unbelievable. You think the AI in River City Ransom can be tough to wrangle? The AI in this game is even less forgiving. You see they do movements and then they instantly change their minds at unpredictable times, and that involves them attacking you, that involves them getting around you, that involves them getting around your weapon strikes in your most ranged weapon in the game. And so this guy's going to be rolling for a long time. Thankfully, the agility of this clan is low, and so when they're rolling around, they're not going to roll all over the place. But this is going to be a tough boss fight. This is a double boss fight, and I can't really hit both of them at the same time right now, so I can't really keep both of them under control to start this fight, which would be much nicer than what I'm doing right now. But now I kind of have them both under control. Never mind. I moved barely too far left to be able to hit this guy, and now I'm getting hit. Oh no. What's going to happen to me? I'm going to hit them. I'm going to accidentally throw my weapon, and hopefully the weapon doesn't go off the screen here. Boom, boom, and of course he slid too far into me to be able to hit him. This is an interesting weapon because its range is far in front of it, which is useful, but also if people get like too close to you, then you can't hit them anymore. But the wagon is, I think, in general, the best weapon to use throughout the game because of its range. It's not as powerful as the boulder that you can use, and so sometimes I'll go for that as well, but it doesn't have as good of a range. And now I'm going to wait in Kawachi, this area here, and people that I don't really want to face are in here instead and blocking out anybody else that I need to fight from coming in here. That's very frustrating. So I guess I'll go to back to Suruga instead. I don't have to face this guy. This game does not tell you, even if I knew Japanese and I was a native and I was able to read everything that this game was saying, the game would not be telling me anything that I have to do. Okay, so one clan that I do have to face is now in this area. Hopefully they're in this room, otherwise I'm going to have to wait and look around a lot to be able to find them. I am also going... Oh man, if at all possible, I would like to not have to spend money on taking inns and restoring my health, but I'm probably going to have to at some point. Here they are. This is one of the next 4 required... Kunio is beating the crap out of me. I guess I had it coming. And it's taken me a long time to get up, and Kunio is still beating the crap out of me. And now this guy's beating the crap out of me. I probably should have taken the inn. This is not going well. Oh my goodness. And yeah, the perfect turnaround by the enemy. There's nothing I can do. So, as I was saying, you might notice that I'm only hitting enemies when they're standing up and they're lying on their backs. You can only deplete the enemy's secondary health, as you can just see with Kunio there, that bottom little thing of health. You can only deplete that when enemies are lying on the ground. And that's like the main way I'm going to be actually able to take people out. So this is when I'm depleting their secondary health. If I were to just hit them while they're rolling on the ground, then I wouldn't actually be dealing any meaningful damage at all. So it's kind of counterintuitive. You think to be able to beat this game as fast as possible, you need to be hitting them at all times. You know, you need to only be able to really hit them while they're on the ground to be doing anything important. And now the game is actually kind of moving because there are only 2 characters that the game is loading and everything, which means I got early single spawns, which is slow. Something weird happened with the game's like loading in the registry, and so I was only able to attack 1 person at a time there at the end instead of 2. So that's not as great for speedrunning, but it can be more simple and less scary to fight only 1 person at a time. Alright, so there are 3 more people we have to face, and those yellow guys are one of the gangs we need to face, and hopefully... Yeah, I kind of hoped they weren't here so I could have a chance to heal. So they might be in the town area. So anytime that you see that you're on the same like the same area in the map as another person, you still have no... Well, that was very interesting. You still have no idea where those people are in that area, and so it's still like, if there are 4 rooms in an area, it's a 1 in 4 chance that you're actually going to be in the, in the room that they're in, and some rooms in this game are faster to fight in than others, and some rooms are just unbelievably slow to fight in. They're in a water area, there's a room that I call the toilet room, and it's impossible to fight quickly in that room. But if I end up rolling a gang in there, and they are a gang that just happens to never move on the map, then I'm going to have to suck it up and do it. That would normally be a reset, just a straight up reset if I were to be doing world record attempts and stuff, but there's not much I can do. in this situation. And that guy got stuck on this left side of the screen the entire time, and there's not much I can do about that either, other than just go after him. Enemies can get constantly trapped in certain parts of these stages and just never come over to you, which can cause early single spawns, which is what happened earlier. And here's an instance of enemies rolling off the screen where I can't hit them. And if that keeps happening, then you can just never defeat anybody. So I'm going to try and lure them into the center of the screen and have that not happen this time, so I can actually deal damage. Very nice. There's so freaking much to talk about in this game, and I feel like I'm starting to talk about certain things and then just trailing off because another important thing to talk about is happening. Man, there's just so much. But yes, this is the second of the next 4 people that I need to fight in this part of the game, the early game here. And it would be very nice, oh my goodness, for that to not happen, for one thing, so that I can't hit him. There's just so much. This game is incredibly overambitious. There's so much that can happen with the physics. There's so much that can happen in the game. And now the 2 people that I would like to be able to fight next are trapped from entering here. Actually, no, they're not trapped yet, are they? Okay, the blue people did move in. Okay, good. So I need to find them next. They are, yep, they're right there. So I'm getting good luck with just happening to run right into the room where I need to face people next. Thanks, Kunio. Just get out of here. Get out of my face, buddy. I know you're the main character of the franchise, but not to me. Not right now. Right now, you're the main character of reducing lags, and for that to happen, you need to undergo a lot of pain, but it makes you a better person. It makes you the real hero. Just dying the entire run makes you the hero, so don't worry. And Sue deserves a chance to shine, too. I feel like there's another thing I need to talk about, but I'm sure I'll remember it at some point when it becomes really relevant. And here I'm just above this person on the slope, which means I cannot hit him when he's on the ground. If you are 1 pixel above somebody on a slope, you cannot hit them when they're on the ground. And there, of course, are incredible amounts of slopes in this game, and every area has a different, like, traction amount, so that it's incredibly difficult to control your movement in certain areas, and incredibly difficult to predict enemy movement, because they're also going to be sliding and slipping all over the place. Seirea has decent traction. Seirea also tends to have good rooms to fight in. This is generally a good area to fight. Don't knock me out of the room, please. And don't knock my wagon out. Oh, dear. And he has a blocking attack, so this fight is incredibly random, especially if you don't have a good, I don't know if I'm going to go straight for the super fast fire weapon attack, which I do have enough money for right now, but if I get close to the area, I'll consider it. Now I'm hoping that the green guys move into this area before the pink guys do. Okay, now I'm in a bit of a situation. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that place that has the nice weapon attack, which I'm probably going to start needing to be able to beat the higher level gangs anyway. And that might give the green guys a chance to move over to where I am. So I'm going to the mountains, and so of course I'm not going to take the higher ground to get there. I'm going to take the lower ground to get there. The high ground leads to the swamp. This low ground leads to the lava mountains. And I'm going to hope the green guys move here. The gray guys are probably going to do it first. The green guys take a little bit... Nice. Okay, they're here. Let's see if they're in this room. They are not. And so I'm going to go into the town area. They are not here either, but I am going to... go and get a very important technique for playing quickly, a super rapid fire weapon technique. And so now I'm going to be dealing a lot more damage and doing a lot better crowd control with this attack. Just machine gun wagon explosion power. And so now I know that the green gang has to be in the last possible room that I haven't checked yet, because I've checked every other room, and so this is a bit time-consuming for a speedrun to have the next enemies that you're facing be in the last possible room to check. But now you can see I'm dealing way more damage and more hits, and this is just amazing. It's incredibly fun and satisfying to use this technique, I think. And I did not take out Kunio yet, unfortunately, but that's okay. It's just so incredibly satisfying to play the game this way with this technique, and it's more satisfying to have an item that exists behind the waterfall in this room. There are 2 places that the most important item for playing the game quickly are, and one of them is behind that waterfall, the map cursor. That allows you to instant travel to any map, which just, as you can imagine, makes this entire process so much faster. But as it stands, I have to manually run across the map to all the rooms that I need to face. Somebody is stuck. Hi, pretty face guy, you were stuck. That's a shame. And now you know what? I don't mind being in Pretty Face Guy's arms for the rest of eternity. This is nice. This is exactly where I've always wanted to be. But unfortunately, it's not good for the speedrun, so I should probably get out of there. I think they nerfed Pretty Face Guy in this game because they gave him a receded hairline, but, you know, I'm experiencing hair loss myself, so I'm not going to say that's a detriment to him. He's still a pretty face guy. He's always been known as Pretty Face Guy. He has a pretty face, so he's just fine in my book. Now I have to go face those olive guys. And something that I've been meaning to talk about this entire... We don't need to face the green guys again. Hello, again, you want another beating? I'm sorry, I can't give it to you right now. Those, depending on which clan you're going to face next, they might come toward you on the map if you wait in a certain area, which is what all of those people so far have been doing. If you wait in this area on the map screen, they will come toward you. Those olive guys will not do that. At least I think they have a very, very slow map movement. And so they're in a place that's incredibly far away, for one thing. Thanks, oh my goodness, Kunio's gonna kill me. They're incredibly far away, and they're also in one of the worst areas in the entire game. They're in the area that has that dreaded toilet room that I just talked about. So if they're in that room, you're in for a long fight coming up. Also, Kunio was riding a man. I don't judge. Yeah, they're still there, and you know, if they do end up actually moving out of that room, they'll do it while I'm in the process of moving toward that room, which makes this entire game loop kind of incredibly annoying sometimes, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go to Aishu right now. It sounds like a sneeze, and the act of playing in there kind of feels like one. And we're in the toilet room. Check this place out. Basically, every single square inch of this stage is a very strong water current, and that means enemies will never be where you want them to be. And check out the lag of this place as well, because there's just way too much going on the screen. This place is impossible to fight quickly. And also, look at the sheer amount of obstacles in this area. Look at all the different levels that you can be in. Look at where, like, look at the current taking the enemies away from me. This is the toilet room. In a way, I'm glad that this has happened so you can see how freaking awful this place is. This is an example of this game being overambitious. But you basically can't play the game in this room. It's unbelievable. And I guess he ended up in a place where he's not being moved by the current, but also the current is moving me the entire time, so I can't really stay in the same place to hit him. Hi, Pretty Face Guy. You have met a terrible fate. You've been attacked in the toilet room. Nobody deserves that. And also, there's a tree stump just floating there in the water. That's a decent item to fight with as well, but it rolls across the ground if you drop it, so that makes it incredibly annoying to try to fight with. And you can see it's floating across the area now, which also makes it annoying to try and collect if you lose it. That actually went incredibly well for a toilet room. And now I'm just going to hit him to the left because what else am I going to do? He was going to get away if I didn't. And now he's up there and I'm down here. And where's the sheriff? I don't know, but I need to collect that money, honestly. I would love to collect that money. He's going to try and join us. That's fine. I get... What? What? The toilet room revived him in the middle of his defeat speech after he asked me to join him, and I said yes. That has never happened before. There you go. There's the line. This game is incredibly broken in so many ways, and that's one of them, as I have just discovered for the first time after I've put thousands of hours into this game. Thousands of attempts in different categories. Wow. This game is just an enigma, and it's just... I love it so much. Like, it might seem like I'm disparaging it this entire time. I don't mean to do that. I don't mean to give it such a bad rap, but like this is all out of love. When I say this game sucks, I say it out of absolutely loving this game. But it is hard to defend a lot of what's happening here. But we're getting through it very slowly. That's why the estimate is what it is, even though my world record is just over 20 minutes. And now we gotta go to the swamp, so we've got to go up to the mountains to get there, which makes so much sense. It's also incredibly difficult to get around in this game and remember where everything is, but and none of that is intuitive either. Like, you'd think based on like looking at this map and seeing how it's laid out, like you would know which parts of these screens to go to get to the next area, but so much of that is unintuitive. Like, it doesn't always make sense. which part of the screen you need to go to get to whichever area you're trying to get to. So it's also tough to navigate. You have to really know the game super well to be able to get around without the map cursor, and even with the map cursor. But we're doing okay here. Now we're facing... This is actually a pretty scary clan here. They are unbelievably unpredictable. And so, oh, God, I missed that money. So that guy's coming toward me from out of bounds. I'm going to try and move toward the center of this stage anyway, where people are going to get stuck and not come toward me, because that's another thing that happens constantly in this game, is that guys, when they reach certain parts of the map, just stop coming toward you. And they just get completely stuck, even when they're not running into walls like what happened earlier. See, guys are stuck on the left now. And they're just going to be standing there until I come to a certain part, and then they'll be activated. But now that guy's stuck down there. And so speedrunning this game, this is why this is a very bad place to fight quickly, because it just never happens. Like, people are going to get stuck constantly, and now Pretty Face Guy is going to absolutely kill me. I hate these guys so much. I hate this clan so much. They're unbelievably terrifying, and now I don't have a weapon that can hit people while they're on the ground, so I would like to get my wagon back as soon as possible, but I'm going to die in the next instance if I try and do it right now. I'm just going to try and leave this money on the stage. There we go. I'm pretty close to dying now. I don't know where the boss is. I think he's on the left. I'm going to try and do this. Very nice. And just try and keep him under control so I don't frickin' die. And this is also very important to not die, because if I do, I'll lose half my money. And the gangs are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. They're in Rikachu right now. I guess I'm going to go straight there, which is unbelievably risky, because again, I'm trying to keep money. But I need like 3,200 in order to get the item that I need next. But I need to fight the brown guys on the map next, and they're right here, so I might as well give it a shot. If they're on the cliff here, that'd be great. They're not. Okay, I'm going to check this place first. No, they're in the town, which is perfect, because I need... Wait, did they move out of the area? No, they're still here, so they have to be in the town, I think. Hopefully. Right, and so I can heal here. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you, Downtown Special, for doing something nice for once. Now I have full health. And if I were smart, I would have allowed myself to have some more level ups with health and willpower, but I don't... because I put all of my level up stuff into my weapon strength and my agility, I'm very weak defensively right now. And so I can just basically be taken out by a stiff breeze, and these gentlemen's power is much more than a stiff breeze. So everything is terrifying. Their movements are unpredictable the entire time. And you see they're taking way more hits to take out as well. See, sometimes they stop just out of range. Sometimes they keep running into you the whole time like that. You never know what they're doing. And look at them perfectly surrounding me. For the entire rest of the game, things are terrifying. And you see they can also pick up weapons on frame 1 when they're very far away from it, and then they can attack on frame 1. That guy got knocked onto the rolling tree stump, and now he's the only guy left, and he's probably going to start running into the wall. No, he won't. He might roll out of the screen. Nope, we're fine. If the next guy comes in from the left, then I'm in trouble. I'm still in trouble, because the entire rest of the game is incredibly hard now. I should probably put some of my allocation into, like, defense and health and stuff if I want this run to complete within the next 3 years. And if I want to keep my money as well. How much do I have right now? Nowhere near enough. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm ever going to get the map cursor. Maybe I should just play to not get the map cursor now. And just run around the entire map. I got really early single spawns, by the way, so I couldn't take people out 2 at a time, which is slower, but at least it wasn't as scary. This guy can transform into me, but he's not going to, because I'm going to hit him with machine gun wagons until he dies. I'm going to heal again. Yeah, at the rate that I'm spending 100 Poké Dollars this entire time, I'm never going to get enough money to do this. Now I have to do a cutscene. I think I have to go and talk to the gray guy, and he's right here. I think this is what I have to do next. He's going to give information. I don't think it's a boss fight now. Yep, he's just going to run away. So now the next people I have to fight will spawn. And I can't see who it is because like the game is doing its weird graphical thing, and I can't see what color they're wearing, but I think they're here. It makes sense that yep, that's them. So this is the Dragon Twins gang. We're already at the point of the game where we're fighting the Dragon Twins, but we're not exactly at the end of the game yet, compared to River City Ransom. We're toward the late game, though, and this guy will not get off my frickin' wagon. You'd think that this would give me extra attacking power with the extra manpower weight, but no, I'm still dealing the same amount of damage that I would be. This will probably give me early single spawns because this guy has survived as long as he did. But that's not that much of an issue because I'm just scared of dying at this point. Not dying is always agreeable. Please don't approach me from the left. Thank you. This guy might get up. Thank you for not doing so. He's running into the wall. He might actually... Yeah, he's gone. That's totally fine. I would like the money, but as long as people are being taken out, that's fine. I don't want bosses to fall off the stage because that would not count as a victory and I have to redo this entire thing. But if regular enemies fall off the stage, then that counts as them being cleared. Hi, pretty face guy. So I need to be careful to not knock the bosses into that pit. It should be okay. I'm going to try and do this so that neither of them get away and absolutely own me. Okay, he's on the downslope now, so I can't hit him. And he's on the downslope, so I can't hit him. Okay, you only have to defeat one of them here. The other one runs away, and then we have to chase him and find where he is. He is all the way in the desert. That's not the worst thing. Hello, another cutscene that just happens. You just mash through that. So far, I'm remembering everything I have to do, which is nice. Okay, now we just have to go and run to the desert. Thankfully, we have more agility, so it doesn't take as long to get to where we're going. I think my estimate might be fairly accurate based on what I'm looking at the timer and seeing right now, but that depends on how many times I die from here on out, and if I forget anything. These gray guys are actually required in the Kunio-kun and Double Dragon Retro Brawler bundle, the quality up version. And guess what they didn't tell you? That they, like, in the documentation that tells you what they changed in the quality up versions in that Switch bundle, they don't tell you that they made that gang required now. They don't tell you any of the story elements that they changed, which is just complete, which makes so much sense. Oh, they went to Kawachi. This might be really good. Don't leave, please. Don't leave, please. They're here. Excellent. Okay. And this is a town where I can go to the inn if I get into a pinch. Very, very nice. So I don't have to be as scared of this, but they can still just stunlock me and kill me for the entire rest of my life. Which is annoying whenever you die for the rest of your life. Kunio collected that money, which is also annoying. Now this person is approaching from the right, and now the other guy's approaching from the left, so I'm going to go to the right side of this guy to make sure I don't get sandwiched, but he's going to sandwich me anyway because the AI in this game is sentient. They know exactly what the worst possible situations for you are, and they're going to make it happen. And so I didn't collect that money that time just to control people. I'm not going to collect this money either. So even though it's faster to take out people 2 at a time, I'm playing safe here. I do not want to die. I'm probably going to beat this game before I get enough money for the map cursor. It is what it is. Yeah, that guy appeared on the right, and now the other guy's on the left, so I'm getting a bit sandwiched here. Okay, let's just go this way, try and turn around. This is the willpower specialist, so he's harder to knock down, and he also takes a bit longer to take out. That other, I don't know what that guy's doing, but he seems to be having fun. I'm just going to let him do it, and now I'm going to turn around. He jumped. These guys do like to do those little jumping kicks. It's very cute. I didn't mean to hit him there, so now I have to wait for him to roll again. Don't know where the other guy is. He's right there. This is the stamina specialist, which means he also takes more hits to take out. Yeah, and I got really early single spawns because I was focusing on one guy at a time. He might roll out of the room here. Okay, good. All right. Now we got the second Dragon Twin. Man, this technique is just... The machine gun, more like the Gatling gun, the chain gun wagon, is just so amazing. And now I have to go find that blue guy in Tsuruga. That's another cutscene that... And again, the game doesn't tell you any of this. The game doesn't tell you any of these required events at all. It doesn't tell you who you have to face next to progress the game. It doesn't tell you what cutscenes you have to do next to progress the game. Even if I understood Japanese, I wouldn't have any idea what I was supposed to do. And I think the guy... He moved to Kawachi! Okay, of course he did. In the time that it took me to go try to find him in Tsuruga, he moved to Kawachi. Now he's back. Okay, so now he has to be in what... Kunio, stop it. Now he has to be in one of those other 2 rooms, because I was occupying that left room, so he can't be in that one, and these guys are occupying this room. Okay, he's in this room, because I can hear the boss music. You don't have to see the entire cutscene text, you can just knock him out, and now this cutscene counts as completed. So now the next people I have to face are there, and they're in issue, so they might also be in the toilet room. Let's go find out. We got to go back to Kawachi to get there. And I'm pretty sure that's either a clan that never moves on the map, or they're a clan that moves away from you as you're trying to get to them, which is, by the way, incredibly annoying because they have programmed some of the people you have to fight to move away from you as you're trying to approach them. So you can just be trapped in this endless dance of never actually being able to fight the people you're trying to face. Okay, they're not in the toilet room, which is okay, I guess. But how do I, like, get to the other place in Issue that I need to get to where they might be? I honestly, after playing this game for thousands of hours, I'm not totally sure. It might be on this land that they put me on. It's not. Okay, so I think I have to go all the way to the other side of the room to be able to chase them down, and in the amount of time that it's taking me to get to them, they'll probably move out of the room. Because that's the way this game is. Okay, does this take me into Issue or to another area? It takes me to a secret shop. Okay, thanks, I guess. Technically, after this... Are they in the town, or did they move out? They're in the town area, which is nice for fighting if they do not move out by the time I get there, because it takes a long time to get through here. Please, please be in the town. I bounced off of the thingy. Okay, I have to go to the land to go to the town. Thank you. Okay, this is the best place in Issue to fight. This is the only decent place to fight in this entire area. And I need to take out Kunio, unfortunately, because I need to reduce the lag. They're just hanging out on the right side. They were very interested in what he was doing. They couldn't believe the gall of me just taking out my friend like that. But I don't know. It is what it is. Sometimes friendships are like that. Oh, he was very confused. He was clearly sandwiched between two options there. And he just did a perfect dash dance in the meantime. Those are the sorts of things you can never predict an enemy to do in this game. Okay, good. He approached me from the right. I was a little bit aggressive with collecting that coin and causing the next person to spawn in, potentially on the left when I was going to the guy on the left. I'm going to let this coin just hang out. Play it safe. Okay, that's a single spawn. I can tell by the lag reducing that now there only is going to be one person coming in on a time. Very early, but that's okay. That's safe. I hope you've all enjoyed this run so far. I've been having a blast. All right, and now this is just a cutscene. This is not a boss yet. He will be a boss later, but he's not a boss yet. I don't know why. That's just the way it is. Now we have the blue guy is here. That's another cutscene we have to do, so let's go find him. He's not in here. The gray guys are in here, so he has to be in the toilet room, which is not as bad for a cutscene. It's still not great, but it's better than having to fight somebody here. This has been a wild run. Map cursorless run. And again, I'm just going to whap him in the face so he stops talking, and so I just let him run out of the room. And now, where do we go next? They are all the way in... Is that Hizen? I can't exactly remember what all the names are. But that's, like, the opposite end of the entire game. It would have been... Wait. And that's the area that has the map cursor. I was going to say, I wish they would have been in a place that had the map cursor, but that's exactly where they are. So if they stay there, and they don't run out as I'm trying to find them, this could work out. I think I have enough for the map cursor now. So it barely works out that I can even use it before the game is complete, but at least I can show off what it does, if that's the case. But I have to get there first. And it's right to the... Yeah, I'm here. Okay. If they're in the next room to the left, then that is absolutely perfect, because that's where the map cursor is. That is not where they are. So they have a chance to run out here, but I'm going to get the map cursor. Hopefully I remember the price correctly. No, do not give me that. My down button didn't work for a second. But now if they run away from me, I can chase them. Let's see where they are. They did run away, but now, boom, I can chase them. So they're in Tossa right now, unless they run away again. This is a bit of a weird place because if you enter the top part of this room transition, you go to a different room than if you enter the bottom part of that room transition. So as you can see, they were here this time. They weren't last time because I actually entered different rooms there. And this is, again, not a great place to fight because it's full of water currents and stuff, and it's a little weird. Enemies roll all across the place. He's on a down slope, so I can't hit him. And also, enemies get... What possible reason could you have had to throw a punch there, Kunio? Other than to hit me. Enemies, as you can see, also get stuck in the middle there, which is annoying, but it's okay. And you see, now people are rolling at the speed of sound, rolling around at the speed of sound. They've got places to go, and it's to their graves. But it also takes a while to be able to chase them, and they can easily roll out of the screen whenever they're rolling like that. And so it can be tough to try and be able to actually take them out when that happens, but So far, this is going okay, and I shouldn't have said that. And also, they're bouncing off of the slopes, which is annoying. And Pretty Face Guy is laying down on top of me, which, again, I don't mind that much. It's interesting that I say all these things, and I actually am a sapphic. You would not know that by me, like, worshiping Pretty Face Guy, but it is what it is. I can't explain it. Now this is an actual boss. We only have to face this guy on the left. The other guy's going to run away again. The main antagonist is a bit of a coward in this game, and he's bouncing all over the place. That's okay, as long as we keep him under control and we don't die immediately. All right. Now we have one more fight in the entire game, and we can just use the map cursor to chase them. They're in Izo! Of course they are, in the other worst place in the game to fight. We've seen basically every bit of playing this game. We've seen some of the best rooms, we've seen some of the worst possible rooms. This is a place that has the least traction in the entire game because this is an ice paradise. Enemies, of course, can also get stuck on both sides of the screen all over the place, and so it can be very, very slow to fight here. People can get stuck in the water on the right side here, which might have already happened. That has not, but honestly, if people actually approach me from... They're not going to. They're going to be stuck on the left. Watch them just standing here. They just collect for no reason in this little base. There's not a wall stopping them or anything. They just don't want to move anymore. I don't know why, but it is the way it is. Now I'm going to stay collected in this basin. This is a fairly controlled place to fight. That guy rolled away again, unfortunately. He might be stuck on the left now because of how far he rolled. Let's see if anybody else spawns on the right. Oh, he actually hit me. So that jumping uppercut, you can only perform by pressing the A button right after you leave the ground, and it's your get out of jail free card. It is a very important attack to be able to do to get enemies out of your face quickly, because it's an instant knockdown attack whenever you're at a certain strength level, and so that gets people out of your face very resolutely. And I'm going to try and get them from rolling against that wall because they would be on a downslope perpetually, and I would not be able to hit them at all. That's a decent Ezo fight, and now we got the final boss in Ezo, which could go very badly. I'm gonna slide to the left, slide to the left, slide to the left. That was really scary. He could have knocked me out of the room there, and I would have had to redo the entire thing. But here we go. This is the final battle, as you can tell by the music. And again, we're just going to use our Gatling gun. And now we're going to go back. The game doesn't tell you have to do this either, but now we just go back to this room, and time. That is Downtown Special. And the estimate ended up being accurate. So that's how much longer it takes to beat this game without early use of the Gatling gun weapons and the map cursor. So you can see, if I had gotten the map cursor immediately, that would have been so much extra running to take out of the game. And to be able to have that super fast weapon attack from the beginning is also incredibly useful. But I lost my very first coin flip, so that didn't work out. And it's very slow to get money, as you can see, throughout the game normally. So I only got the map cursor right at the end, but it was still useful. You saw how useful it was, because as you get to the end of the game, the people you have to fight just run away from you on the map. And it's incredibly difficult to even beat the game normally without the use of that item. It's incredibly difficult to beat this game in general because of how little the game tells you and because of all of the different mechanics of it. And also, we're going to say no. He's asking me to, be a part of this town and marry Okoto, the person behind him. But if we say no, we get a better ending. And so I'll stay here long enough so you can see the ending. Now Kunio is just saying, I am but an aimless wanderer. If I were here, I would suck ass. So don't let me be here, because you would all hate me, because I would be impossible to be around. And so now he's just going to drag Sue along with him. I don't know why Kunio is the person that everybody's congratulating anyway. I guess he experienced the most pain throughout the run, because he was the one we were taking out the entire time. But Sue was the one who did all the work. But of course, he's the second wheel here. Nobody cares about him. Poor Sue. Kunio's the main character, and he has main character syndrome, and so he's going to accept all the praise. And of course, he's going to accept what's about to happen to him here, because we said no to taking Okoto's hand, but Okoto has different ideas about that. Kunimasa! 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 Just absolutely sprinting with all her might. And that's what happens if you say no. And Sue gets a nosebleed because kissing is so lewd. But that's Downtown Special. Kunio-kun no Jiraigeki Daio Zenin Shugo. And it's a wild game, and again, I love it to pieces. For all of its great elements and for all of its incredible flaws, I think it's a really interesting game, and that is an awesome thing in itself. We need more interesting games. We don't need perfect games. We need interesting ones. And this is an interesting game. And it's been my pleasure to be able to show it off. Thank you again, Mad Mega, for having me. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of NES Block. Maybe I'll be back with more stuff. We'll see. Until then, have a good one. Have a beautiful one. Dream on, folks. Peace.